So what does life look like a year and a half into a weekly YouTube video show? Let's talk about it. I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. If you're looking to use video in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. I'm quite excited about this video, not because I want to be sitting in this chair, but because I actually don't want to be sitting in this chair right now. And I'm going to very authentically talk to you guys about the place that I'm in my business, and specifically just today. And I'm just going to ramble. So this is going to be super different than any of the other videos that I have tons of different transitions and swipes, and I break it up into key points and everything like that. This is just gonna be me telling you real stuff about a real life. So basically, this video is my update on the last 6 months of doing a YouTube channel. And because this is Thanksgiving week, I want to start with gratitude. Gratitude for you guys, everyone that keeps tuning in every single week and continuing to believe in me, as well as gratitude for the level of determination that I have for this channel. So I have set out to do this no matter what, and I knew that I was going to be in it for the long term. I started at 6 months, I had 500 subscribers. At 1 year, I had 1,262, and now I have 3,688 at the time of making this video. So things have been growing, which is very exciting, and I am very grateful for that as well. But why I say that I'm so grateful for the determination that I have is because right before filming this video, I called up my brother and I told him that I was burned out. I have been kind of hitting this place with these videos where Monday comes around and it used to be this fun thing that I would hold a space for and create these videos. And sometimes it is, but for the past several weeks, I mean, it might have even been 2 months, maybe even 3 months, ever since moving into what used to be my office that is now my home. So you're looking at my home behind me, my living room. I have not batch recorded any videos. So typically I batch record about 4 to 5 videos at a time. And that allows me to outsource the assistant editing and kind of get ahead of my posting schedule. So I'm not having to do what I'm currently doing, which is sit down and film a video, edit the video, write the email, choose the title, the description, write the description of it, choose all the tags for the video, upload the video, make sure it's within my email. Like, I'm telling you, there's so many things that go into YouTube. It's crazy. So this has been one too many Mondays of doing that in a row. And I'm putting my foot down. No more, folks. I have got to get caught up. So I want to authentically share with you the reality that even at a year and a half, this is what I'm having to do. I'm having to film and edit a video and get it up in 1 day. So why do I keep doing that? That's probably the question that's in your mind. If this is such a hard thing that you're doing, why do you keep doing it? It's because it has already changed my life, and I can see how much it's going to continue changing my life. The reason that it changes your life when you dedicate yourself to doing weekly video content is not because it's easy. It's actually because it's not easy. Because it's not easy, other people aren't going to do it. They aren't going to push through the resistance that I've currently been facing all day in filming this video. So by pushing through and getting this out there, it's forcing me to show up with you guys in a way more authentic way than I've ever showed up before. And that might even cause a breakthrough on the channel and in me personally. So that is amazing. Let me think about what else I want to say, because I'm just thinking, trying to do this in one take. Okay, why am I doing this? That's what I was saying. Yes. Okay. So the reason that I'm doing this, I am at 26, at the end of the year in 2017, I was burned out with what I was doing in my business. I had tons of clients. I was creating all these videos and feeling totally underappreciated and was not making what I wanted to be making. And I knew that I needed to take a drastic change, make a drastic change if I was going to shift the direction of my life. Now let's rewind back to high school. I got exposed to Robert Kiyosaki's ESBI, which is the cash flow quadrant. You can Google it if you want. But basically the concept is that the top 1% of people do not trade their time for money. They build systems and leverage systems to work for them, either systems or money to work for them. So I have, ever since high school, known that that's the side of the quadrant that I want to be on. And in 2017, I said, enough is enough. I put my foot down and said, I'm going to make a change, and no matter what, I am going to get on the path to starting to make passive income, not trading time for money. Here I am at the end of 2019, and I'm finally on track for that. And why am I on track for that? It's because of exactly what I'm doing right now, pushing through the resistance of the mindset that comes with, this is not a money-making activity for me to hop on YouTube and talk to you guys. Yet, it is going to change my career more than anything else has changed my career. So my goal is that by 30, I have a passive income source. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I was seriously raised to be a mom. Like, I have always wanted to be that way, and I want to stay home with my kids because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and so I kind of got to see what that looks like. But I didn't want to put pressure on my spouse to have to pay for me to stay at home. So I thought I would be proactive and create passive income so that I could stay at home with them. Now, the goal was to do this by 30. I'm now 28, and as 30 nears, I'm like, I might not have kids by 30. That seems really young, but who knows? We'll see. So even if I don't have kids by 30, I want to have the option to still have my time available to me. So I can go travel the world, I can do passion projects that I really want to do, I can give back to people by just helping them grow their own brands through video rather than having to do it for money. So I just wanted to take money totally out of the equation. So for the last 6 months, the reason I'm kind of burned out is because in addition to doing these weekly YouTube videos, I have probably filmed another 40 videos for my online course. I actually haven't counted. I probably should count. It might be 35. I'm not totally sure, but there's a lot of videos that I've had to concept shoot and edit for something that is not at all related to the YouTube channel. But I'm finally finished with the online course, and you guys, I have people going through it as beta testers, and I'm getting such great feedback, and it feels so good because it's really, really helping people. It's the perfect product fit alignment, and I'm launching it on January 15th. So I want you to put that calendar in your date, put that date in your calendar, there we go, and mark that, because it's a DIY video roadmap that is going to teach you how to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Video is such a minute part of what I'm doing. Video right now, my problem is not video. My problem is coming up with what to say. My problem is overcoming the resistance and saying, Amanda, you're gonna do this. You're gonna sit down and we're gonna make it happen. And go ahead and drop a comment below. Do you think I'm crazy right now? Because comparatively to all the other videos that I've released, this is kind of cracking me up. But it also kind of feels good. I feel like I'm flowing. Maybe I'm talking more. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an external processor. So this is kind of normal. It kind of feels like therapy. And I'm actually recording this with the option of not at all releasing it. So I'm gonna do 2 takes, all one, and whichever one is better, I'm gonna release. So this might be it. And if you're watching this now, this is it. So anyway, I don't want to keep rambling. A lot of you had a lot of different questions on social media. I asked you, what questions did you have about this journey? And I wanted to answer those questions for you So let me actually just grab the paper and fly through these real quick. So what would I do differently on my journey? This was a question that I got multiple times. To be honest, I'm not sure I could change anything about my journey. I've enjoyed it up until this point. I've systematized as much as possible, but it's just very hard to systematize, and I'm continuously, because in order to use your system, you need to be working ahead of time to have time for that system to work. So you can't be doing weekly videos like I'm doing right now. So maybe I would have just never fallen off my batching. I don't know. Doesn't matter. What's the next 1.5 years look like? I am pretty excited about this next 1.5 years. This could be a lot of fun to just like the fact that I'm here now. I've put in the groundwork. Things are starting to take off. It feels really good. And I can't wait to launch my online course and see how much it impacts you guys. So I think it's just more connection. Actually, the 3 principles that I have are freedom, connection, and creativity. If I have those 3 things in my life, I feel super satisfied, and I really think that's what my future holds. So I'm excited. How much are you making up until this point? So I actually do not have the channel monetized. That's why you don't see ads in front of my videos. Just because YouTube AdSense doesn't really kick in until you have a lot more subscribers, so I just haven't even messed with that. And this entire year has been me shifting focus from doing a production company to kind of asking the question, how do I want to make money? And how do I make money in the interim while I build this online course? So this year has been a total pivot year for me. It's kind of been a lot of fun, lots of freedom. Would you consider this a full-time job? This is not a full-time job. It does take time for me to do YouTube every single week. It's realistically probably 6 to 10 hours per week. You could do it less, but I don't know. For days like this, I started at 10 a.m. It's currently 3, and I am still filming. I haven't started editing, so it's going to be a decent day. So 6 to 10 hours kind of allows for that not totally productive time. So I just dedicate Mondays to it, but it's not a full-time job. Next question. Do you ever want to give up, and how do you overcome that? Truly, today was the first day that I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't want to film this video. It's so ironic that it's the 1.5 year mark, blah, blah, blah. But it just comes in waves, to be honest. Like even now that I'm flowing in front of the camera, it feels good. So now I don't want to give up. And I actually was never, I don't see myself ever giving up unless the only reason that I would give up is if somehow the platform changes and it's no longer as powerful to be a creator on YouTube. Right now, YouTube truly changes your life and it's worth it. It's worth the resistance, working through that, overcoming the obstacles that you face. Which algorithm changes have helped or challenged you? I don't know the answer to that question. I guess Insta Stories, the fact that Insta Stories exists and how that algorithm, the more you post on Insta Stories, the more you kind of pop up in people's feeds, that is amazing. Love Instagram Stories. You guys have heard me talk about it many a times. Making sure audio is good. Okay. So someone said that they hate video editing. How do you overcome hating video editing? Great question. You just got to get better at it, and you have to allow yourself the time to do it. So a lot of people, they hate video editing because they're cutting themselves down for how long it's taking them to do an edit. It's normal for editing to take a long time. So give yourself the time to where it's not stressful. And if you want, you could hire a local videographer to edit for you. It's really like, I talk about time and money being like without breaking the bank, without taking up tons of your time. And it's kind of a seesaw right now. Do you want to spend more money and less time, or do you want to spend more time and less money? That's kind of the reality when it comes to editing. So unfortunately, those are your only 2 options. I'm working on creating solutions for you guys that will do both. I really, really am. I'm very excited about that. That's part of what the next 1.5 years looks like. I'm very excited. want to fly to the Philippines and train a ton of outsourcers to be able to do this for you and whatnot, but I digress. Let's keep going. Let's see. What motivates you most? I already said that. What are your biggest 3 successes up until this point? 3 successes that I've had. 1 is not doing production anymore for people. Amazing. If you would have told me 2 years ago that that's what YouTube would have gotten me, like I had hoped that that's what it would get me, but it just feels like the world is lifted off my shoulders and I've graduated to a different place in my career, and that feels really good. The next thing is finishing my course. I'm so excited to finally have a course that has product market fit, and I know for a fact that it's going to sell, and it might take some time. So I might have a couple, maybe the first launch isn't that great, but over time it'll get better and better. January 15th, remember, I got you. Okay. 3rd biggest success is getting on Social Media Examiner podcast and getting through that anxiety attack that I had in the middle of it. If you haven't seen that video, check it out there. It was a medical thing I figured out after the fact of why I had a panic attack in the middle of it. But hey, I had to overcome it, I had to push through, and I feel really good about it. Next year, I want to do a lot more podcasts. And I'm working my way up to getting on Amy Porterfield's Online Marketing Made Easy because she has been my mentor this whole time. So I want to launch the course, get to a place where, maybe I'm launching a 2nd time or a 3rd time, and then hopefully get on her podcast. We'll see. So that might be it. Oh, can you start if you don't post consistently? Yes, I would highly recommend if you want to start. I think the thing is with not posting consistently is then once you give yourself that excuse, that opportunity to make one excuse, you're going to make 100 and you're never going to post again. But if you're the kind of person that can post random videos every once in a while and you're still like being excited about it and you're continuing to go, then I'd say do it. Like do it whatever way that you can, but this is so powerful. And the second that you make it consistent, I think that's when you're really going to see it take off. So that's my answer. Do you recommend this for everyone? I think this might be our last question. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone, and YouTube is not for everyone for the same reasons that I've described earlier in this video of having to push through resistance. I genuinely believe that entrepreneurship and video are kind of a similar world. And if you don't want to be in front of the camera, if you don't want to be the face of your brand, then it might not be for you. But if you're just nervous to be in front of the camera, but you do want to be in front of the camera, overcome that and actually do it. So it's not for everyone, but I think if you really sit and listen to your gut, you're going to know if it's right for you. All right, so that should be probably enough to wrap this video. I will stop rambling. I'm sure you can tell I'm already a lot calmer from the beginning of this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this free flow of consciousness that you experienced while watching this video. Go ahead and drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.